Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm back with Mahoney, and today we're going to take touch to the next level. We're going to teach the dog to touch an object that is not our hand. And this will come in handy when you're training your SpotOn fence, or if you need to send your dog somewhere, maybe away from company or away from a food bowl, and you want them to have a place that they go to. So what I'm going to do, Mahoney, come on girl, quick, let's get ready to start, is I've got the lid to a coffee can. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with Mahoney touching my hand, but I'm going to reward her, yes, when she tries to touch the lid of the coffee can. And again, you're working sort of with the dog on this one because the first couple times they're just going to be investigative. Touch, yes. And you want to capture that because after they investigate and realize there's nothing that exciting about the lid, they might be a little more hesitant to touch it. But Mahoney's been practicing touch for a couple weeks now. Yes, and she's getting pretty good and she's enjoying this game. So if your dog is getting fluent, touch, yes, at touching the lid in your hand, you're going to try to level up and have them touch it on the ground. Yes, and then you can reward right on the lid. Can you touch? Yes, and then reward on the lid. So the lid is going to become the source of the rewards. Yes, good girl. And eventually you can fade that reward and you won't have to reward when they're on the lid so much. Once your dog is pretty fluent at touching a lid on the ground, we can start to add some distance. And this is really going to coincide well with the training program for the SpotOn collar as you're asking your dog to go touch a target in the yard and come back into the center. So for this, we're going to ask the dog to wait, and we're just going to go maybe 5 or 6 feet in front of them and ask them to touch and come back to us for the treat. Go, touch. Yes! And back to us. Now the timing on your yes is important. You want to say the word yes right as your dog's nose is touching the lid, not before and not after. If you wait too long, the dog may try to fetch the target or may give up entirely. And if you say yes too early, then the dog may never touch the target. So you want to really try to time that so that the second their nose hits the target, you say yes. Ready, Mahoney? Touch, touch. Go on. Let's start back here. Come here. Good. Touch. Go ahead. Yes! And sometimes you just need to help the dog out a little bit and encourage them so that they keep working. That's all part of the learning process for these guys. Touch. Yes! Good. And you see, as she practices, she gets better and better and better. And when she gets better, stay. You can add just a little more distance, increasing your distance by maybe 6 to 12 inches each time or each training session. Mahoney, touch? Yes. With practice, Mahoney will be touching from 10 to 20 feet away in no time. I'll see you next week for one more round of touch.